everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's Sunday, it's the day after Manchester United's first game of the season against Crystal Palace, and thankfully I didn't stay up and watch it last night because I watched the extended highlights this morning and it was horrendous. 3-1 to Crystal Palace. I would have thought it, well actually I should have thought it myself, but you get a little bit excited, you get a new player in, the team was playing well at the end of the season and then it just all falls apart in one game, so hopefully they pick themselves up for the next one. Anyway, soap for today. PAA, or Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Good Vibrations, Barbershop scent. It's actually, Boardwalk Barbershop scent. I don't know what a Boardwalk Barbershop scent is. If this is it, it's the best scent in terms of barbershop that I've ever smelled. It's by far and away the best scented barbershop scent that has come anywhere near my nose. It's just beautiful. It's got a really nice sort of sweet, powdery vanilla. Probably out of pretty much all the soaps I have, this one would make the best EDP or EDT, whatever you want to do, just as a spray for any occasion really as well. It's a very casual scent but could also be worn as a formal scent. It's really, really nice. I love it. And that car there reminds me of the Griswolds. I know it's a little bit different, but that's what it reminds me of. If you don't know who the Griswolds are, you're too young to be watching this. The brush for today is my psychedelic pink tie-dye West Coast shaving brush, which has got a 24mm super high density, high density silver tip knot. Now this knot is exceptional. It is mass produced, most likely from Yaki or DS Cosmetic or something like that. I think Yaki were probably the biggest around at the time in terms of Chinese manufacturers. I'm just going to go straight in. Oh, and by the way, the formula on this one is CK6, which as far as I'm aware is the latest formula that PAA have released. I'm just going to try and do roughly a 13-second load. There we go, that'll do, it's close enough. Now, I did a side-by-side comparison with this formula and the other Coke and Butter formula from PAA, and during that comparison I didn't really find much difference in all honesty. The finished product was very, very similar. The lather that I created on that particular occasion was very, very similar. However, Douglas Smythe over at PAA said you've got to give this stuff a good drink in water, and today I will do that. I'll spend a little bit longer than I have been of late creating the lather. Then again, it might not take long. I'm just trying to clean out the tub as best I can here. It's not happening very well. Yeah, can't deal with that. It's got to be cleaned out right. I need to get rid of all that white stuff on top. All that little tiny bits of proto lather would drive me absolutely nuts sat in my drawer. The amount of soap I probably just rinsed down the drain is incredible. I just can't deal with it. Oh, the water's roasting today. I am back to warm water shaves, well, for today at least. It's been pretty cold over here. We had hailstones the size of small marbles yesterday. My youngest, Max, was out walking the Mandra City football team out onto the pitch yesterday as a mascot with the rest of his team, and they got absolutely pelted by the hailstones. So that was a laugh until they came off and they were all crying. But this is really thick load. So all I'm going to do with this is my usual technique. I'm going to dip the whole tips. I mean, look how dense that is, and I know that's sort of proto lather, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but that's really dense in the load. And from such a short load in such a short time, it's made its way right through the knot as well, which is very, very good. In terms of scent, it's just off the charts great for me. I love it. If you like Barbershop, I can't see you not liking this scent. Given that this is by far and away the best Barbershop scent I own or have ever smelled. Far better than Cad, far better than Seville from Barrister and Man. Better than the Wanderer Barbershop from Zingari, The other one that I've tried recently was Washington from Heritage Hill, another sort of, well, to my nose that's a barbershop and it's lovely as well, but this thing just blows them all away. The performance of the soap, it's vegetal based. I don't know whether it's actually deemed vegan, but it's vegetal based at least that I know of. With cocoa and butter being the sort of main ingredient sort of thing, I think. The main one that does its wonders. And it's just a fantastic performing soap. Now, is the CK6 better than the older formula? I am told that it is. I didn't see much difference in the side by side, but we'll just see how this whole shave goes. I'm going to build this lather up, get a lot of moisture into it and really work it. So 6 minutes. I reckon I'll be done round about 10 minutes. I know. I'm back in the gym again, lifting light weights, but I'm back to where I was when I had my damaged wrist already in the space of a week. So I think that's pretty good going. My wrist has been holding up okay. Still struggling with twisting movements. Like I've mentioned several times, like holding a frying pan and twisting it in the sink, like that movement doesn't hurt now. But holding a little bit of weight causes me a bit of an issue. Look at that. I don't know how much more it will take, if I'm honest. I'm just going to give it one more little dab. Jesus. Okay, so I'll tell you what I've learned so far. A 13-second load on the CK6 is far too long. It creates far too much lather. Is there such a thing as far too much? But that is pretty much, it's probably, it feels very, very light on my face. So it doesn't feel, it feels almost like it's airy. So the chances are that there's quite a few air bubbles in here. I can actually see that, you'll see on the camera for sure, that there are definitely air bubbles in this lather. But it's definitely thick. It feels lovely on the skin. The brush is chock-a-block, as is my face. And let's just see how it performs. So I am going to go with the Feather ACSS, or the Arts Club Stainless Steel. Feather super professional blade in here. It's done several shaves, this blade, quite a lot again. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm not. If you are wondering why the camera's at a little bit of an angle, I just find it better to actually look into the mirror. It's just easier to shave, you know, as much as I like to stick it right in front of me. This camera's a lot bigger than my phone was. So. I don't know whether it's actually hindering the shave or the I don't really know, but it makes it better for me. Definitely hydrated well, because it's just falling off the blade. This stuff is really slick, really impressed with it, feels great. There's a lot of lather still on my face. I don't know how the guys do it. They seem to get every last bit of lather off. I just seem to make a mess. But it doesn't really detract from the shave. It doesn't make the shave any worse. It just looks like I've not done much of a job really. Right, let's see how we go. Oh wow, that's that's really slick. I know there's a lot of soap left over there, so I'm just going to scoop some of that off and have a feel. Yeah, that's uber slick. That scent, holy shit, that scent is good. That scent for me is up there with Fugia Gothic for Barrister Man. Definitely one of my top 3 scents. Definitely pushing top scent really, in the white shaving space at least. And it just lathers an absolute treat. It really does. It's a soap that you can, I think most people would survive with a soap, or not survive, but they would really create a great lather with it. Really slick soap though. Now this is the test for me, against the grain with these razors, even with a DE, if it's nice and comfortable up against the grain under the chin, then that's a big win. I will say the blade doesn't feel quite as sharp as it normally does, but we'll see how it feels. Oh yeah, just it's hard to describe that feeling. Well, it's not really. It's just so smooth that you don't feel it cutting the hair. I've got a little weeper there for some reason. I don't feel it going through the hair, and against the grain that's significant for me. It's just wow, boom. There's not much more I can say about that. Now, I was going to finish off with this, but I'm going to finish off with the carve because the shave is going so well. I want to finish it off perfectly around my lips, and I can't do that with these shavettes yet. I'm hoping there will come a time where I can go, wow, this is so slick. Wow. Yeah, I'm hoping there's a time when I can actually get pretty much a BBS shave with a shavette. I don't think I'm a million miles away from it, but I'm just not. I'm still out of my comfort zone a little bit with it. I'm getting better, but I'm definitely having to practice a little bit more. And I think if I can nail each pass as I go along, I think my first pass is pretty good now. Second pass across the grain is getting better. With the bit of the against the grain. Yeah, this soap's phenomenal. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I will finish off with the carve, Christopher Bradley razor, stainless steel, 3.25 inch blade, the same Wizamet blade which I've switched the Bic out for this again. These blades are just exceptional. So I am going to go from this side now. And just touch up around the lips. That's a real cracker of a shave, that. Sure, it's a cracker. Wow. Can't really say much more about that, really. The brush is chock-a-block full of lather. I could easily got another 2 or 3 full passes out of that brush, and maybe more. I will lightly reduce the load time now, so 13 seconds is far too much. 13 is what I've sort of been working off of for most soaps. Same with Ariane and Evans Kaizen base. I mean, I've done a load of 5 seconds with that, and it's still made an amazing lather. Off camera, I haven't done it yet, so between 5 and 7 seconds with Kaizen, you can still get 3 full, comfortable, beautiful passes of lather out of it. Just a tiny little bit of soap left on the base of the knot. There's not much blood that I can see. That's a massive, massive indication of how good the shave was. I'm just going to show you the tips on this. Okay, now I've shaken that really hard, and you can still see the sort of slight gelling on the tips. Very small, very slight, but it's got a lot of scrub, this brush, with absolutely zero scritch or scratch, no sort of pain or anything like that, nothing that's irritating to the skin. Just got a beautiful, real natural scrub. Something that, to find in a synthetic brush, is near on impossible. It's so hard to find in a synthetic. I would say that, well, believe it or not, the PAA Duraknot is probably the closest I've found to that synthetic, that natural feel from a synthetic brush, other than the Ghost Knot from Milton over at Turn and Shave, which for me was just way over the top scrub. That was uncomfortably scrubby for me with my soft, baby soft skin, you know. But that's fantastic. I'm really, really happy with that. Probably looks shit in 4K because most people do look shit in 4K unless you're just a stunner, you know, which I am not. Wow, I'm so happy with that. So yes, that was PAA Good Vibrations in the CK6 formula, which is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements' latest formula. There is the ingredients list there if you want to pause and have a look. Head over to phoenixshaving.com. I think I was sent a link a long time ago. It's an affiliate link from Douglas over there to send people to. To be honest with you, I'm not too bothered. Just go and have a look. Phoenix.com, it's phoenixshaving.com. It's got a lot of products on there, lots of different scents. His scents to me always sort of come across natural-ish. I know things like Rabid Banana and Rabid Mango, I think it is the other one, something like that. Rabid Peach, that's the sort of scents I like, sort of real gourmand type scents. Right, I'm just going to finish off now with some of the, this isn't called CK6, I don't know what the formula is called of this, but this is the formula that has come out alongside CK6. It no longer has alum in it. Alum for me is something that does freaking burn, and it generally caused me a lot of burn with the previous PAA splash, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not expecting a lot today. Now, I prefer these bottles. I'm not a fan of the caps. The aftershave pisses out, so who was I talking to? I can't even remember, I'm sorry. I was talking to someone who said just cover it a little bit, so I'm going to cover it with my finger a bit so I slow down the splash. There we go, beautiful. And we'll rub it in the hands. Oh, it's Van Davido's, isn't it? Superb. And that is that. Anyway, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.